Fairy tales.
Once upon a time, there was a young man living alone in a hut. He was hard working, but he still struggled to make ends meet. One day, while working, he muttered to himself, "I don't know why I plow the fields and cultivate rice with no one to eat them with me." "I can eat with you," he heard a woman's voice. He looked around but didn't see anyone. "I just heard someone's voice," he muttered, continuing to plunge into the ground. "Oh my God, I do farming from morning to night, but who will be the one to eat them with me?" After a while, he muttered again, "I will eat with you." Again, the woman's voice. "Who said that?" the man exclaimed, looking to where the voice coming. "I just heard someone's voice." He shook his head and said, "Let me live with you." The voice continued. The man looked around, then looked to his feet. A snail with a yellow and shiny shell caught his eyes. That evening, when he was preparing for dinner, he pulled out the shrimps and fish out of the basket. He picked it up and looked at its beautiful shell. He dropped it into the water pot in the kitchen. The next morning, when he woke up, he was surprised. On the creaking table, there was a delicious breakfast. He wondered who made it, but still ate them well. In the evening, when he returned home from the field, he saw a table full of food that had been done. He was delighted to sit at the dining table, thinking that it was the best dishes he had ever had, and wished that he had a good wife who always prepared such tasty and delicious meals for him. He thought, "Tomorrow we have to see who prepared these foods. We must definitely watch for it." The next morning, he took his tools and went to the field as usual. But halfway there, he secretly hid the tool behind a nearby tree and returned home. He slowly went to the window, quietly looked into the kitchen. He could not believe his eyes. A beautiful young girl wearing a shiny yellow dress stepped out of the pot. She scratched, prepared her clothes, and began cleaning the kitchen. At dinner, he kept thinking about the beautiful girl in the pot. It would be wonderful if she could be his wife. He decided to meet her directly when she cleaned the house. The next morning, he pretended to go to work and sneaked into the kitchen and hid behind the pot and waited for the girl to come out. When she came out, he rushed over, grabbed her hand and said, "Please be my wife." The girl in the shell smiled, but not long after, the king organized a hunt near the place where the couple lived. "Why, such a beautiful woman could be that dirty man's wife. I have to make her my wife," he said. The king immediately ordered the soldiers to camp overnight in the area near where the couple lived, and asked the man to come. "I want to organize a contest. Look at the mountains over there. Let's take the tree down. The one who gets the most trees in the shortest time wins. If I lose, I will give you half the kingdom. If you lose, you will have to give your wife to me." The men were frightened when he heard that. He must obey the king. He sadly told that to his wife. "Don't worry," he comforted him when he mentioned the king's words. She took a piece of paper and wrote down, then tie it to the ring she had just removed from her finger. "Take it and throw it into the sea," she said, giving him the ring and the letter. "I am the daughter of the Sea King. I'm sorry for hurting you." The sea split in half and a path appeared. He followed the path down to the aquarium. He recounted the challenge. The Sea King gave him a gold and told the navy to take him home. On the way of the contest, the king sent thousands of soldiers to cut down trees, and the men cut the god of the sea to half. An endless group of tiny people carrying axes came out and began chopping down trees falling continuously everywhere. And of course, the men went in the disappointment of everyone, especially the king. But the king did not keep his word. Instead, he challenged the men to ride a horse across the river. And once again, his wife told the man to meet her father. The Sea King gave him a small, skinny, seemingly lifeless horse. However, it ran as fast as the wind, far ahead of the king's horse. The king was extremely angry. He did not expect the man to have such wonderful things. But he still decided to rob the wife. Not only did he not keep his promise, but also challenged the man to race. He relied on the Sea King. The Sea King gave the man a very fine giant boat, which looked like an ant next to the king's splendid boat. However, it rocks like a shot and surpassed the king's boat. The king was angry, jumping up and down on the boat. At that moment, a large wave came and swallowed his boat. The young man, after winning, gave all the king's possessions to the poor, and with his wife to return to the aquarium to live happily forever after.
Fairy tales.